Hawks are large, powerful birds. Their large hook beaks are used to bite and shred flesh, and their feet have sharp curled talons for catching prey. Hawks not only see farther than humans, but they also have times the visual acuity. If you want to see this amazing bird of prey in action, keep watching as we count down 14 remarkable hawk hunting moments caught on camera. Number 14. Hawks vs. Snake. A red-tailed hawk catches what appears to be a large gopher snake at the local field. The snake fights back, but it's pointless. The hawk is going to have a delicious breakfast. This red-tailed hawk uses deception to defeat and eat a deadly rattlesnake. It attempts to persuade the snake to strike its wing feathers, exposing the snake's head. The rattler, on the other hand, has a lethal bite that makes it a dangerous meal to catch. This hawk stands on the snake and continues to bite chunks of flesh from it. The snake opens its mouth, lamenting itself, and even tries to strike the hawk. But the bird of prey eventually wins. This red-tailed hawk has just immobilized a snake when it swooped in again to finish the job and have a snack. When the red-tailed hawk starts eating the snake, you can see its tail moving. Watch as this hawk snatches a snake from a water bank, spins around the lake a few times, and then decides to drop the snake on the family enjoying a barbecue. The hawk must have wanted to contribute to the barbecue by allowing them to enjoy some tender snake meat on the grill. Unfortunately, the family was scared out of their wits and the snake managed to flee. Number 13. Hawks vs. Mouse. Hawks are no exception to the rule that birds of prey feed on rodents. Hawks regard mice as a standard fare to be pursued and snare. Grabbing the mouse is child's play for this red-tailed hawk, so much so that the hawk clamps the mouse with one talon. This is most likely dessert. Hunting mice for hawks is akin to human cherry-picking because the mice are so small. Finding them is the most difficult part. When this hawk sees a mouse on the sidewalk, he flies in for the kill, drops the mouse as he takes off. But he has no trouble grabbing the rodent again and fleeing with it. This hawk is in a rehabilitation facility, and it is time to start training again. It detects a mouse in its enclosure and quickly dispatches it. Number 12. Hawks vs. Jackrabbit. Most hawks hunt alone. Harris hawk, however, is not one of them. Even for a fast jackrabbit, it prefers to hunt in groups and it can be lethal. First, hawk spots the quarry of a jackrabbit. It won't be easy to catch these. Harris wrote the book on evasive action. They can run as fast as 40 miles an hour and leap 10, but it may take more than that to escape from the wolf pack of the air. The first hawk flushes the jackrabbit, while the others watch for the getaway. So when the rabbit instinctively zigzags away from one predator, it runs straight into the talons of another, and the whole family gets to share in the spoils. In the Sonoran Desert, a group of Harris hawks works together to track down a cottontail rabbit weaving in and out of cacti as they draw closer to their prey. The first hawk's job is to get the rabbit to come out of its hole, and once it does that, the second hawk comes in for the kill, which is imminent. Once the kill is made, the two hawks enjoy the meal together. These Harris hawks have killed a jackrabbit and are plucking his feathers in front of these dogs. I guess this is one big family, and they all work together on the hunt, including their handler. This jackrabbit wants to make sure it's well concealed from a Harris hawk that's flying in close proximity. For centuries, gas hawks have been used to hunt live prey such as rabbits, pheasants, and other animals. This bird of prey is known as the ultimate hunting bird due to its exceptional agility, speed, and razor-sharp vision. The jackrabbit has no way out of this crisis. It flees, hoping not to be apprehended. The goshawk, on the other hand, has air superiority and launches an attack with surgical precision. But the bunny repels it, forcing a second attack, which is successful. Number 11. Hawk vs. Duck. While a hawk's talons aren't strong enough to carry away a mature, large breed of duck, they can easily rip their backs and fly away with them. These dangerous birds of prey pose a threat to ducklings, young ducks, and small duck breeds. This hawk attacks a duck and has a great time with it while the duck feels nothing. This is because it is made of plastic, but the hawk doesn't seem to mind. He appears to be practicing some of his attack moves. This hawk goes for the kill on the fly and fights a duck in the water. As the animals fight, it's unclear whether the hawk will be able to defeat its prey and bring it home for dinner. When this hawk drove to the ground, it was scanning the area around the pond. As soon as it landed, the bird was sitting in an unusual position in the bush. Then you notice it snatched a duck. A red-winged blackbird tormented the hawk the entire time, ruining the hawk's plans to have duck. A larynx. Number 10. Hawk vs. Owl. For several nights, a pair of great horned owls has visited this red-tailed hawk's nest. This is the first time it has visited the nest during the day, and the red-tailed hawk has seen it. It was not pleased with the invasion and attacked it as soon as it arrived. The owl successfully fended off the hawk the first time, but on the second attempt, it fell off the nest and did not return until the next day. The hawk returns to ensure that everything is safe. After the great horned owl laid her egg in the nest of a red-tailed hawk, the hawk returned with a self-attack, knocking the owl out. The owl snags its wing on a tree trunk and falls below the nest. Keep an eye on the lower left side of the screen as the owl falls and the hawk pursues it. What a terrifying attack by this fearless hawk. An adult hawk dive bombs a baby owl. It was a close call, but neither the owl nor the hawk was injured. Number 9. Hawks hunt magpies. Magpies are tough birds that are ruthless predators when it comes to smaller prey. However, as you can see in our thumbnail, they have no chance against the mighty hawk. This magpie tries to argue his case with this hawk, but it's no can do. We've seen how nasty magpies can be when they attack other birds. But when this sparrowhawk pins one down for a count of 10 and eats it, the tables are turned on the mean magpies. This young male sparrowhawk has killed a magpie and is plucking its feathers. Nature is harsh, but it is also fascinating. This hawk kills this magpie while fending off 5 other magpies attempting to assist their friends. It's amazing that the magpies are attempting to help a friend in need, but the hawk is tenacious and fights them off. Number 8. Hawk hunts squirrel. Squirrels listen to church to determine whether they need to flee from predators, such as hawks, or if they can return to their usual frolicking. But the squirrel in this video wasn't able to do that. Consequently, paying with its life against this awesome predator, the hawk can snatch the squirrel on the fly, which is quite spectacular. This Harris hawk hunts the squirrel in a tree. The squirrel uses speed and agility to avoid the hawk, but the bird of prey doesn't quit the hunt. It plans another attack and looks for a way to get to the squirrel. The squirrel runs from tree to tree, but makes one move too many, which renders the squirrel vulnerable, and the hawk doesn't miss this rare opportunity. This squirrel is trying to escape from the grip of a hawk, and it looks like it has wings of its own, the waves swinging from tree to tree. Just when it looks like the hawk is going to make the kill, the squirrel sneaks into his house, and away from the hawk's threat, a red-tailed hawk swoops down on the squirrel nest and steals one of the 2 babies, leaving the mother squirrel searching and calling for her baby. Number 7. Hawks hunt jackdaw. The Corbett family includes ravens, crows, rooks, jays, and magpies. Crows are typically observed alone or in pairs, whereas jackdaws are more social and prefer to live and travel in groups before its execution. This sparrowhawk pins this jackdaw to the ground. The 11th hour is quickly approaching for the jackdaw, and it doesn't appear it will be saved. In the middle of a neighborhood, a sparrowhawk attacks a jackdaw just when everything appears to be going well. The sparrowhawk is mobbed. Couple of pro tips, which disturbs the hawk and allows the jackdaw to flee. Number 6. Hawks hunt crow. The primary predators and natural enemies of crows and ravens are hawks and owls. Hawks attack, kill, and consume them during the day, while owls hunt them down on their roosts at night. Crows, on the other hand, prey on hawks and owls, but do not eat them. Crows in most cases do not pose a threat to hawks. They are simply pests, much like a buzzing flyer's toss. At the hands of this hawk, the scrub bites the dust. The crow's pinned to the ground and, unable to move, the hawk clutches its prey tightly, deciding what to do with it. When this hawk decides it's time for breakfast, it puts an end to the crow's misery. In an instant, I guess the crow didn't stand a chance. Crows appear to be no match for hawks, and every time these 2 birds collide, the outcome is the same. This hawk is performing open heart surgery on this crow. When the surgeon sparrowhawk approached the crow, it appears it went into cardiac arrest, as you can hear the patient's deafening cries. No anesthesia was used during the intervention, but this surgeon believes in providing an all-natural environment for its patients. Here's a crow attempting to flee from a hawk. The hawk has it pinned down, and no matter how hard the crow tries, it can't get away. Crows on the rooftop are squawking and cheering for their friend, but perhaps they should fly down and assist them instead. Number 5. Hawk attacks pigeon. Hawks are still hunters who can swoop down, snag a pigeon, and flee in a flash. It's difficult to keep hawks from killing birds. Most places make it unlawful to kill or even harass hawks. Most birdwatchers don't want to hurt a hawk any more than they enjoy seeing hawks eat pigeons. This sparrowhawk lands on this pigeon and slowly begins to dismember it. The pigeon cannot defend itself, and its destiny is fulfilled. The individual that shared this video wasn't sure if this was a hawk or a falcon, but one thing is for sure. Underneath this bird of prey is a pigeon getting smacked. It doesn't look like this pigeon is getting back up. This poor pigeon thought he was going to be able to beg for food by going into this parking lot, but instead it became the food for this red-tailed hawk. Number 4. Hawks hunt chicken. Hawks are predatory birds that hunt during the day, while hens scratch and peck for seeds, insects, and worms. A hawk's teen claws frequently kill its prey on impact, or it captures and drags a chicken away in mid-flight. When this hawk lands right next to a bunch of chickens to grab a quick chicken sandwich, that chickens flee for their lives. When this hawk swoops down and kills a chicken, the chicken's owners decide to film the hawk as it stands on top of the bird and begins to gorge itself, because the owner of this coop run had to open it to do some work. A hawk took advantage of the situation by pinning the chickens. The owner admitted he forgot to close the chicken coop lid in this video, leaving the chickens vulnerable to an attack. It didn't take long for a hawk to come in and serve itself, but for some reason, the hawk tries to get at the chickens through the cage side, which makes no sense. It almost gets one of the chickens through the cage, but the chickens survive. Number 3. Hawks hunt cat. While hawks will not go out of their way to attack and devour a cat, especially because cats are larger than their usual prey, they will do so if they are hungry enough and have the opportunity. In our first video, a hawk targets a smaller cat and squishes it by putting its talons on the cat's head and squeezing it. This must be excruciatingly painful for the cat, who is desperately attempting to free itself. But the hawk is far too large and powerful. When the hawk determines that the cat is either weak enough or dead, it flees with it, most likely back to its nest. The man was working at his desk when he noticed a large hawk perched on top of a cat outside the window. Not wanting to miss out on such a rare, up-close encounter, the man grabbed his phone and dashed outside to film what was going on. The hawk had complete control of the cat and flew away with it after it was weakened. What an amazing sight to behold. This poor kitten died at the hands of this terrifying hawk. The little feline had no chance of escaping the bird's powerful grip. Rest in peace, little kitty. Number 2. Hawks hunt iguana. Because the Galapagos hawks have no enemies, they can hunt whatever they want. Another Galapagos oddity, the marine iguana, is a popular dish. The iguanas spend most of their time in and around the water on the rocky coast. They can either flee and take cover, or they can run for the water. Even a hawk cannot withstand the tensile strength of large nails. The real hunting begins when the iguanas leave the coast. Females travel inland to dig burrows once a year. This is where they lay and bury their eggs. Hawks see it as an opportunity to feast, but the lizards use their tunnels as safe havens as well. Even when the hawk sinks its talons into the iguana, the fight isn't over. The lizards are surprisingly strong and can escape the hawk's clutches. One fights to reach the water, but it's too late. This hawk skateboards on this iguana. I suppose he's prepping for the upcoming Olympic Games. Surprisingly, after a few minutes of skateboarding at the expense of the iguana, the hawk lets go of the reptile and takes off. Number 1. Hawk attacks rabbit. This hawk stands on this rabbit for a few moments before tossing it to the ground and flying away. The rabbit has a seizure, if that's what it is. Either way, it can get back up and is acting strangely. Even though the rabbit is motionless, the hawk does not return. This hawk has caught a rabbit, and it's only a matter of time before the hawk puts an end to the rabbit's suffering during the hunt. I've noticed that hawks take their time finishing off their prey. This goshawk captures a rabbit and returns it to its handler. The dogs come in to congratulate the goshawk, and the handler retrieves the furry bunny from the bird's clutches. Hawks are incredible predators, and my favorite has to be the hawk that fended off 5 magpies while killing another one. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of 15 remarkable hawk hunting moments caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they are uploaded. That's it for now. Bye.